Righto, welcome back to another episode. Let's do a bit of a Jimny update. So we've had the Jimny for about 4 months now, 5 months, it's probably 6 months. Done 10,000 Ks, so I thought I'd give you a little review on it. For what it's worth, it was 41,600 out of the box from Suzuki, which I thought was a pearl of price for what we are going to do with it. Now you all know it's going on the back of our truck. Perfect for that. Small, lightweight, I think it only weighs 1,300 kilos. So it was a perfect little rig for us. It's decent on fuel. I think we're about 9.2 to the 100, even with 29-inch tyres on it. Total cost, with everything you see in this video, it was up there, but I didn't cheap out. You know, I went Rhino platform. You know, I've got Baja Designs lights. I didn't cheap out on anything. Got a Bushwhacker mini darkness awning, Method race wheels. It's got remote res shocks. I've got full hard race upper and lower arms, you know, panners. I went to town a little bit more than I initiated, but I thought, why not? You only live once. Just put a long range tank in it, because the only downfall I ever thought of the Jimny was the fuel capacity and the fuel, like my kilometers traveled. So I was only getting about 350 Ks out of it. And I thought that was pretty rubbish, especially when I'm going to drive across the Nullarbor in a month or so. And I thought, oh man, with 350 Ks, there's some fuel stops that are touch and go. So I ended up putting a long range of fuel tank in. So it's an 80 litre tank. I got ARB to do it. It's about 200 bucks fitted, which is perler for me anyway. Now, the Jimny, it's tight. So with 4 people, sorry, 2 kids and 2 adults, it's pretty tight in the back here. Lucky I'm not 6 foot tall or anything. Otherwise I think you'd struggle. But we don't travel full time in this. We've got the truck. This is basically a town runner, let's go down the beach, that kind of car. That's my plans behind it anyway. It's got an awning on it. We didn't put a fridge in the back or a power system. We just went, nah, we're just going to run it like this for now and see how we go. It's purely just for the fact that we didn't really need a fridge or anything like that. We're not going to do overnight trips. We're not going to do anything. But the back's got a bit of a setup. So I bloody it's got a Yeti-esque parcel shelf. It's got a fold down table, you know. In here there's a gas cooker, cooking stuff, our chairs. We've got a jet boil. Just to make it so if we went down the beach for the day, we can go down the beach and we're fine. Got an awning, max tracks, got a winch on the front. I'll take you around and show you that now. Now what, I didn't put a bull bar on it for the fact that it's not going to get driven like that. So we've got a little hidden winch, plastic bumper still. Like I said, I don't think we're going to need it. For what we do in it, be a little bit challenging going across the Nullarbor, but when I went across the Nullarbor last year, I didn't even see one kangaroo. So yeah, I think for us it's going to be fine. Headlights on it are pretty good. You know, under the bonnet there's a TJM compressor. Made it pretty simple by putting one of those fittings on. It's all pretty nice on the inside. A few things we added to make it a bit better. So it's got this little center console here. I don't know how much you can see. I put this in. That's not a standard issue thing, but it basically stops everything falling down. And then these pockets around the console area. Then here there's a switch for the a couple of switches and stuff like that. Cup holders. There's only there was only one cup holder, and it was pretty piss poor, and they didn't fit a Yeti. So then we had to get creative and then come up with this. A couple little dash organisers. Yeah, nothing really flash. It's got a pedal controller. Are we going to turbo it or anything like that? I think so. I just don't think the power's... It's a little bit scary to drive with stock tyres on it. It could use a little bit of zing, if you know what I mean. So I probably will turbo it. Yeah, and that's about it. And I've heard of people turboing them getting like 8 litres to the 100, which is unreal, because it's actually working quite hard with the bigger tyres on it. So that's the reason for turboing it. But you know, out of the box for 41,600, drive away, registered for 12 months, they're not a bad car. They're actually, I think it's good value for money. They're live axle, solid axle. Yeah. The only thing it doesn't have locking hubs, but whatever. And if you get under there, you'll see, like I've said, I've put all new arms in, front and rear hard race arms. The whole kit caboodle I did. I wasn't messing around with caster bush and all that kind of stuff. For the money in it, I just thought, let's just put arms in it. Anyway, that's how I think of it anyway. But anyway, there's my Jimny review. We haven't really taken it off-road on like a good gravel track or anything like that. We just don't do that kind of full driving. So yeah, it hammers down the beach. It's fun to drive. With a turbo on, it'll be even funner. But like I said, for 41 grand, and if you put 10 grand, if you put a smart 10 grand into it, for say 55 grand, you could travel Australia in this. And I think we might. Yeah, I think we might. I've got a cool boat trailer that I've just had built. I think we're gonna do a 3 or 4 month or 5 month or 6 month trip traveling in the Jimny. Definitely have to plan a few things out, like water and clothes and all that kind of stuff. But if I could put a little fridge in the back, put a couple of storage boxes on the trailer, put a water tank in the trailer, the Jimny could tow 1,500 kilos. The new boat trailer boat and trailer come in at 700. If I could make that a ton, I'd be happy with, say, maybe 60 or 80 litres of water, have a little hot water system. I reckon we could do a 6 month trip. 6 months might be pushing it, because we'd have to be in swags every night, and that'd shit me to tears. But what I would even do is maybe put a frame over the boat and put a rooftop tent on and travel like that. Coming soon. Watch this space. But, you know, like I said, I went a bit overboard with accessories, and I probably spent 25 grand on accessories, maybe a little bit more. So it come to about 65, 68 grand. But this is it. Never selling it, keeping it forever. It's got good warranty and good service. You don't have to service every 15,000 Ks. But when we get the truck and stuff, we don't really have to use it. It's also handy for when we travel. If I've got a job, I normally get a job where I've got a work car, so I'm fine. But what we found last time was traveling in the truck full time and driving it everywhere, fuck, we were just burning some money on fuel that we didn't really need to burn. Cheap on fuel, Beck's got a nice little car to run around to go to the shops and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And we're laughing. Yeah. Would I buy one again? 100%. Do I wish I went something a bit bigger? No, because I didn't really have the room for it. But it's perfect. It's comfortable to drive. It's got Apple CarPlay. It's got everything. I've got no complaints in it whatsoever. The only, like I said, the only complaint I had was the fuel economy or the fuel range. But put a bigger tank in, we fixed it. So yeah, for what it cost, hey, it's a ripper. It's a bit sketchy in windy conditions, driving down the highway. You know, you're a bit all over the joint, but whatever. It's fun. I love it. Go anywhere, you can park it anywhere. One gripe I've got is the steering. For such a small car, it turns like a fucking road train. But yeah, that's the only gripe I've got. I'll live with it. Anyway, there's my little 10,000k review on my Jimny. Thanks for watching. See you next time.